Let's go ahead and move on to, since we've been talking about Xbox, let's move on to the next topic, which is Game Pass and some of the games that they have coming, or actually are already. Some of them are already here, I believe, but a lot of them are coming very soon. And the first one is obviously we talked about Grand Theft Auto a couple of weeks ago. So they're finally showing that they're going to put that up there on the Xbox for Game
Yeah, that's
Pass.
pretty cool. That's going to be right there on Game Pass to try out day one. So
Yeah.
that's nice.
So that'll be nice if people want to go and play that old shit again. They are very more than welcome to. It's just funny. So then the next game is It Takes Two, and that was like a really good game. I believe it was like highly rated. It was given like 8s or
It was
something
like
like
the
that.
highest rated game for a long time this year.
Right.
I think maybe Forza or Deathloop might have overtaken it, but it was like the highest rated game like for all year long.
Yeah, and so that one is real nice because me and Ray had wanted to play it, when it came out, but you had to buy it. At least one person had to buy it, and we had other things that we wanted to get, so we just never ended up getting the game. So now that we have it on Game Pass, it's just a quick download, and now we can both play it, no problem. You know what I mean? And if either one of us aren't on, you can play it with somebody else. That's out there. I don't know exactly how that works. I don't know if they've created like a matchmaking system yet or whatnot, but I'm definitely interested to give that game a whirl because from what I saw from it, it looked really good. Yo, what's up, Wilson? Thanks for joining us, man.
Yo, what up?
Yeah, Will, Halo looks incredible. Although I'm more excited for the campaign than the multiplayer.
Then the
But
multiplayer.
Halo looked absolutely like I'm really actually really pumped for that. Like
I can't wait for the multiplayer on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the next game that's on the list coming to Game Pass is of course Forza Horizon 5.
Yeah.
Finally, man. This is
brand new.
This is
day one.
A banger. It's already out right now. If you get the premium edition, Squid got the premium edition, so
it's available on Game Pass too.
Yeah, but I just mean
it's
if
available
you buy
right
the
now.
Premium, you could already play it right now. But it's coming out.
You can already
Game
play
Pass.
it right now too.
Oh, I thought it was like next week or.
Okay.
I'm almost positive it came out today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, it's even better.
Yeah.
I think it only came out for the premium edition, just like they did with Back for Blood. And then I think on Tuesday, it's coming out for everybody, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? Okay.
That's what they did for Back for Blood. You got to buy like the $99 edition or some crap. But correct me if I'm wrong in the chat or guys, but that's my understanding that I think that's next week, and it's only the premium.
Yeah, it says
buyers.
It says Forza Horizon 5 is on 11/9. That's when it comes to the console. So next week.
Yeah.
I think Tuesday is when it'll come to Game Pass. So it's not quite there yet, but definitely the premium, if people wanted to buy it, if they don't have Game Pass, you know what I mean? It's a good grab.
Yeah. But the Horizon, dude, these are I like these better than the Motorsport Forzas. Just because it's open world. If your buddies play, when you do certain things in the world, it kind of has their ghosts around. So it's kind of cool. It makes it actually feel, kind of like an open world racing game. It's not necessarily that, but it kind of gives it that feel of, you got friends and other people.
Right.
You can see them. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. I'm gonna play this one on PC, and I can't wait till this comes out next week.
Yeah, this thing is on everything, cloud, console, and PC.
So this is November 9th. The standard edition of Forza 5 is going to be on Game Pass on November 9th, not 11th.
November. At least I thought I did.
I thought you said 9th.
11/9.
Oh,
yeah.
I thought I heard 11/9. Okay, so I must have just heard 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, but yeah. So for the next one, I don't know anything about this game. Maybe you guys know something about it. But Kill It With Fire. It looks like you just like killing bugs or something like that.
I just want to say too. One thing is like Forza's killing it on the reviews right now. Like it's 10 out of 10 on almost everything. Like they're crushing it on the reviews right now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Squid doesn't really play racing games, but he said this is a banger.
Yeah, I want to know what's so good about it because I struggle with the concept of racing games, man. Like I just don't understand how that holds that one aspect holds someone's attention for hours and hours on end. Like
because
I
it's like
can't
upgrading
I
your
think it was because
car.
of all the random shit you could do out there in this
Yeah,
world.
But what are
it's
you
like
doing? You're
unlocking
just
your
racing.
car.
What do you
Yeah, you're
mean?
racing. You're doing like missions. You're doing like little, I guess, side quests. It's kind of like an RPG with cars, man.
Yeah, but what are
You're,
you doing? You're just driving around the whole time, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
you're
but it's
doing
not. You're
different
not
kinds of
like you're
racing.
not in
You're
just
doing
like
missions, but
point A
the
to B
same thing
racing
is
the whole time.
driving.
Yeah, yeah,
Right.
you're driving the whole game, of course.
Yeah, but like so for instance on GTA, you have shoot missions, you have robbery missions, you have drive missions, you have racing missions, you have flying missions. Like you have a whole bunch of different parameters. It's not just only in the car driving. Like how do you make that interesting? Um,
I think one
Doing
of
the
the
same thing
missions.
over and over again.
I think one of the missions was like you take your car and you just cause like a bunch of havoc and wreck shit. Like you're smashing like pinatas as well as like trashing foliage and fences and stuff like that, and trying to rack up like a high score. Kind of like how Burnout Paradise was, you know, when you went into like destruction mode or whatever, just trying to destroy as much shit as you can. So they have stuff like that.
Okay, I
You
was
know, and
wondering if
there's
there
other
was like
things.
a Burnout Paradise mode, but I
Yeah.
always thought it was very
So
much just like a sim racer.
yeah, so Ray, think of like kind of like an open world, and you drive to different areas. You do. There's like a different circuit over here. There's like an event going on over here, and they're kind of instance. So you can kind of drive around the world, and then there's the
Yeah,
different like quests and instances that you can see. And if there's other people on your friends list that play, you see them out doing stuff in the world. Um, but
but you know what I
essentially, yeah,
mean,
you're
like.
racing.
But you
Everything,
know,
yeah,
yeah, but
everything
you
is
know what I'm
racing.
saying? It's like, yeah, I go to a different area and the scenery looks different, but I'm still just steering a car. Like,
Yeah, I
at
get what
least I
you're saying
believe
because
so. At
you
least I
don't
believe
actually get
so.
to get out of the car or anything like
Right.
that, as
Yeah,
far as we
it's
know
just
or whatever.
yeah. The last game added some weird features, like it had like a battle royale, car royale thing. There's like some creative things that they do, but
Yes, that's what I'm more so
essentially,
curious. Like, what creative things do they do to make this interesting beyond just a constant doing the same exact literal thing, like over and over again? You know, like with Halo, yeah, I'm shooting, but I have like every gun feels different, every gun looks different, every gun responds differently. Like that's a whole different experience every time I pick up a new gun.
That would
Or
be
I
the
could
cars
fly in
thing.
the Warthog, or I can drive my car, or I can do like I could take over a outpost. Like there's just lots of different like uniquely different things to do in like most games. So I'm just wondering like how a racing game, how they do it. What do they do?
Yeah, well, we'll have to be able to, next week we'll be able to check it out and then kind of give our opinion if it is just a regular ass racing game and people are hyping it up, based upon other racing games
I
or
think
what they're
like
basing their scores on.
I feel like they base. I mean, I don't know. What do you think, Mark? Like, I feel like they say this is a great racing game, and so therefore it's a masterpiece for a racing game. I don't think they're necessarily like grading it based off like um how it compares to like all games in general. I think it's more like they compare it against like other racing games, and compared to other racing games, like it's the best there is, right?
yeah, absolutely, man. Like everything down to the graphics,
Right.
the customizations, and yeah, they're comparing it to all the other racing, I guess, sims out there, the racing games. But the cool thing about the Horizon is it just adds, something like Gran Turismo is just you're straight up going race to race to race to race to race to race. This adds a little bit of okay, I'm driving to the next race, I'm doing something, so it adds a little bit of diversity and mixes it up a little bit to what you're
Right.
saying. But at the core, it's still you're
Mhm.
racing. You know what I'm saying?
That's
But
what I'm worried about. It's like, for instance, like Madden football, like playing like a simulated football game or basketball game isn't like the funnest thing to me. Um, but a lot of people love it. And so I think like, so for me, if I were to rate a game like Madden or NBA, I would like, for me personally, it'd be like a lowly rated game because it's not very fun. Where like Deathloop's fun, right? Or, Tales of Arise is fun,
To you.
like these things are like fun to me. And
Okay.
so like, I'm just wondering if it like, is this for like a racer? Is this just for like people who love racing, or is it also going to be like a lot of fun for just anyone to pick up and grab and have a great time with it? You know, like that's what I'm hoping.
Yeah, like I said, Squid texted me today, and he said he doesn't normally play racing games, but he's loving
But
this.
it's the shit.
He's saying he texted me today saying it was amazing, you know. So I need to ask him, dude, like, what made you buy this? Like, did you get a good deal on it? You know, because if you don't normally play racing games,
shit or
what
not?
made you buy it? You know?
Yeah, that is weird. I'm wondering. It sounds to me like Squid is guy just buys. He buys lots of games. He likes to buy the new stuff.
I think he said the reviews were good, so he got it and he liked it. So
Squid in my book is kind of crazy because that man will buy third party games on the Switch.
Exactly. Yeah.
He's a dangerous man.
Yeah, hey, man. He bought a 1 terabyte micro SD for a Switch. He loves the Switch. All right.
Damn, man. 1 terabyte. Woo.
You cut out there for a bit. Is he scratchy for you, Mark?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But anywho, going back to the games, you said kill it with fire. You're like it's like a first-person game. You're killing spiders in the house or something like that. So this was like a little silly game.
Yeah.
It got decent reviews on Steam. You know, it came out last year.
Decent reviews.
I'm not saying amazing, but it got overwhelmingly positive on the Steam reviews.
Isn't that the highest you can get?
Yeah.
That's the highest you can get on Steam.
Yeah, overwhelmingly positive. But on Metacritic, it got a 68. So I have a feeling it's just one of those, you know, I'm going to go mess around and, you know, it's like you're setting the house on fire. It seems like just one of those little goofy, I don't know, not a simulator, but just one of those goofy little action game.
So, yeah, like Goat Sim. You're just going in there and you're just like BSing for a few hours. Exactly. Like, oh, that was fun, but you never come back to it again. Yeah, it's gonna be like one of those games, right? For sure.
Yeah.
Dang, Goat Simulator, dude. That game is actually kind of cool.
So, you know what I mean, though? It's like one of those games where you're like, you don't stick with. You just kind of like.
Yeah, it has no story. It has no progression. You just blow off some steam.
Yeah, and it's like, and you had fun the few hours you played it, but like you're not trying to keep going back to it and keep playing it.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like you go to your cousin's house and, oh, this is what we're playing today.
Yeah, exactly.
You never played again.
All right, so for that other game, for the couple of other games that they had Kill It With Fire. I never heard of that one. Looks like some bug squishing game.
We were just talking about that. Did you not hear us, dude?
No, I didn't. I totally did not hear that.
We were literally just chatting that game for like the last 3 minutes.
Okay, and then Unpacking. Did you already mention that?
No, because you mentioned Kill It With Fire, so we kept talking about Kill It With Fire while you were messing with your audio.
Oh, okay. I thought you guys were still talking about Horizon or something like that.
Nah, because you moved on and you said Kill It With Fire, so we talked about that.
Oh, okay, my fault. You know, having random audio problems here. I don't know what's going on. So yeah, the Unpacking. I don't even know what that is.
So literally, it's a puzzle game where you literally unpack boxes and you decorate a room essentially. So it just came out.
So it's like, yeah. So you're trying to put things in logical locations, right? Like if you're like literally trying to like organize a room. So like people really like it. It's supposed to be really creative. I actually downloaded it because I thought my wife would like it. I was like, oh, this might be a game like my wife actually might enjoy because she likes to organize. And I was like, maybe she would like enjoy this. Like, and it's got a little bit of like kind of like it's got some feels to it because like you kind of it's like nostalgic, right? Because you're like pulling things out and you kind of like reminiscing on these items because you're like unpacking, things. So it's got a little bit of like a little, like some kind of emotional connection.
Is it almost like that game Marquette or whatever? The one, where you had like
I never played Marquette, so I don't think it's like that. I think it's more like quiet, like a more like internal, like, I wonder what this person, why they had this item. And you're kind of like thinking internally about like these things you're pulling out of this box. And like it's kind of like a mystery, what you pull out next. So you're kind of like, I don't know. It seems like a pretty creative, interesting, neat little creative game. Nothing you're gonna like rave about and give a masterpiece to, but just like these guys really, they were very thoughtful and they made a very thought-provoking, interesting kind of game that we don't see very often anymore. Very unique, thoughtful, creative games.
Okay, yeah.
And the
so
graphics
you have to
are pretty
check it
fire
out
too. By the way,
the
graphics are awesome. Like it reminds me of a game I used to play called Gaia Online, like way back in the day, a web browser. But I like the little pixelated style. It's pretty dope.
Yeah, it's got a really nice, well done art style for sure. Absolutely, they did a good job with it. These guys. I do want to play it. I downloaded it on my console.
Yeah, give it a go, man.
I haven't fired it up yet, but I do want to try it.
Yeah, and then you were already talking about football and stuff like with Madden and whatnot, but they have a Football Manager 2022. It's the Xbox edition. So it's weird because on this list it gives us cloud, console, and PC, and then they have on PC Football Manager. Like, is that different from the Xbox edition? I'm guessing. I don't know why they would have it on there twice. They just really wanted to let you know, hey, we got the motherfucking Football Manager on here, so you need to check this shit out. That's what
My
it seems like.
my guess is the Xbox edition is probably simplified. And so maybe like this is big. I bet you this is a lot like, you're a manager. So you're making trades, you're like assessing values. So this is probably like more analytical. This isn't like playing football. So I bet
Yeah.
you like the Xbox edition is probably like fewer buttons to click, fewer decisions to make, just a little more streamlined. Kind of like how Civilization Revolution is a little bit more of a simplified version of the Civ games.
Right.
So it's a little bit more accessible. So my guess would be this is a simplified version of the same game that if you don't want the more hardcore version, if you're a PC, but you're on PC still, you can play the Xbox version, the watered down kind of version, but you're still kind of like playing as a football manager. It's
Yeah.
probably what my guess is.
My guess was that the UI navigation is just probably different. One's probably optimized for controller, one's probably optimized for mouse and keyboard.
So kind of like
But
what Ray was saying, like simplified then, in a
yeah,
sense.
probably just in the navigation sense. But this game is like, I don't know anything about it. I had to Google it, but when it looks nothing like FIFA, it's more of, I think, like Ray was saying, Civ. It's more like decision making and stuff like that. Because the graphics of the people playing looks like shit. It doesn't look good at all. But that's obviously not the main focus, of the game. So.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at the cover art, it don't look like shit. So it looked like it's whatever. But
it's a $50 game, by the way, if you were to buy it, and it just came out this month. So it's a $55 game, and it comes out actually on Tuesday. So.
Oh, okay, all right. So it looks like another one that they have on there is One Step from Eden. Have you guys checked that one out?
No, this one I actually never heard of.
Yeah, so it is the difference between the PC version and the Xbox version is simplicity. So where the PC version is designed for players to take their time between matches by scouting, implementing tactic changes, tweaking training, and more, the Xbox iteration is designed so managers can hop from match to match with very little interference. So it's kind of like what I thought it was.
Faster pace.
So basically, you're just it's a simplistic version of the same management system. So it's not as intensive. It's not as sim. It's not as much of a sim as the base game, which is why I would think they would make it available for both both PC players can choose which one they want to play. Because, like, for instance, if all you had was PC, you're like, well, that sounds cool, but I don't want like all the decisions, all the scouting, watch everything like a real football manager does. I kind of want to just kind of like move through and make choices. And you're probably going to have more fun with the Xbox edition.
That's cool. Okay. So I'm not sure exactly about the One Step from Eden. It looks like could have something to do with like some cards or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, it's like it's some sort of deck builder.
Another deck builder. These things are like coming out a lot, dude. These card games.
Yeah, so you buy spells, which are cards, you upgrade them, and then it's like a grid, I guess, like system. I don't know if it's like it's a roguelike, kind of like Slay the Spire or what, but it has some deck building aspects, and you progress through the game. So those are always fun.
Yeah, I'm playing one on there right now called Monster Train, and I was having a lot of fun with that. You should download that, Mark. I think you'd really get it. Dude, I think you'd really like that, Mark.
Train.
Yeah, it's called Monster Train on Xbox Game Pass.
Oh, that's pretty dope.
I was having a ton of fun, dude. Mark, I think you would love it, Mark.
What was it about?
It's on Game Pass, right?
Yeah, it's on Game Pass. Basically, it was just like so it's very much like Slay the Spire. You pick like a race, and then when it's on your turn, it's really cool because there's like 3 levels, and so you're inside a train, and there's 3 levels. You draw your hand of like 5 cards, and some of your cards are monsters, and some of them are like spells where you can like shoot fire at enemies. And what you do is you place your monsters in the train, and then like you can use your spells to like damage the enemy monsters who are invading your train. And then once you've made all your plays with your cards, you hit go, and like it's kind of like an auto battler, and like they kind of battle each other. So like you kind of get like so you can see what your attack power is, what theirs is, and you can kind of see like who would win. And you're trying to like keep them from going to the top of your train. There's like 3 levels to your train. If they get past the 3rd level, they start to attack your train's engine core. And if they kill your engine core, you die. So like they come into your first level. If your guys you put out there in that first level don't
Are
kill
strong
them,
enough?
they'll move up to the 3rd level. I mean the 2nd level. So when you get your cards the next time around, you got to make sure you put some dudes in the 2nd level so they can take care of the guys that your guys in the 1st level weren't able to finish. And then a new set of guys comes in at the bottom and it kind of just keeps training up. It's a lot of fun, dude.
That sounds like it's kind of cool.
It was really fun, man.
Awesome. That kind of sounds like a little bit of tower defense style too.
Yes, a little bit of tower defense. And I liked it too because I had my daughter in my hand, and so because it's like turn based, like there's no timer. It's like I can just use one hand if I want, and I can just kind of like click on the cards, put them out there, and like you can just kind of look at the screen and like make decisions and make a tactical decision. And like some of the cards combo really cool. Like one of the monsters, like he gave armor. And then like I would have like a spell that says do damage to the first enemy in this row based on how much armor you have times 10. So it's like over like a few rounds of battling, my little guy that was giving armor to all the dudes in that train, it was like 100 armor. So I was doing like, hundreds of damage to like one monster. Like it was really fun, man. It was a lot of fun.
Yo, tell me why this looks like damn, what's that card game? Heart what is it? The one that you guys play on the PC from Blizzard. Yeah, Hearthstone. The cards look like Hearthstone cards.
Well, I mean, Hearthstone like kind of started this craze, man. This digital card game craze, and then like Slay the Spire kind of like changed up the lingo with like a single player experience with the card games, and then like everyone started making their own Slay the Spire game. I was actually hoping, Mark, that Mercenaries would be more Slay the Spire-ish than what it is. It's not really Slay the Spire at all. Like I was hoping it'd be like random roguelike run, where like you're just collecting cards through your run, rather than like going in with like a preset, build and like playing. So
that would have been dope, dude. And you buy the different classes.
That would have been so cool, dude.
Like the first class is free.
Dude. That would have been so cool if Blizzard did their own Slay the Spire. I would have been like so on board for that.
Dude, that'd have been amazing, man. I already stopped playing Mercenaries because it kind of got a little bit. I got bored of it already.
Yeah, dude. Imagine if it was Slay the Spire though. Like it would be like so much fun. I think they really missed the boat with Mercenaries. Darn, I was really looking forward to it. It just doesn't quite hit for me.
Blizzard's a letdown.
Yeah. So for the last game that they're adding to Game Pass, this one's for PC. It's Minecraft. That one's been around for the longest. I thought it was too.
I thought this was a free-to-play game.
I thought it was too, but it looks like they're finally adding the PC version on there. And it seems like Minecraft is always adding some expansions or something like that, some DLCs or whatever. So I believe that you'll get the DLCs too, since it's on there.
Yeah. Got you.
Yeah, they ain't making no new game. They keep it all of their old shit.
They got no talent.
What's up, man? Squid?
What's up, Squid?
Dude, they had to fire all their talent.
Yeah, all their talents were either sexual harassers or racist, so they got booted out that bitch.
Yeah, all their talent got in trouble, and now they have to delay everything. You see that, Mark? Everything got delayed, dude. Like, they're not doing good at all.
I guess you're lucky that Diablo 2 came out when it did, huh?
I guess. I mean, they're literally all they can do is recycle old content at this point. So,
right.
I still really love Hearthstone, the card game, but I think right now, if I was gonna play an MMO, I'd rather play New World. If I was gonna play one, right? Like I think like Blizzard's
that game's starting to die already too.
New World's dying already. I heard they had a bad money glitch that almost ruined the game. They had to shut off trading and stuff.
Oh, like people were getting like mad money or something like that?
They glitched mad money, yeah. And they had to like shut off the economy for a minute.
Damn, dude. You just walking around like a billionaire, terrible, dude. Buying whatever you want.
Squid, are you still playing New World? Squiddy. All right. I don't know.
He might quit, man.
Well, but he's been on that pretty hard, so.
Okay. We need to get Squid on here and talk about New World, man. Give us some info. Tell us how it is.
I always considered downloading it, but I never have because I want to wait for the controller. I'm trying to hold out for the controller edition.
He said I wouldn't like it because takes too much time, and right now I have no time. So,
right.
Said, for your situation, bad because it is a grind leveling up. He said he slowed down.
Oh, he slowed down on it now. Okay. Yeah, but all right. So let's move on to the next topic.